Hey everyone, I hope you all are having a great week and you all must be excited of learning Android development. So welcome to the first session of the Android Study Jam. My name is Praful Sekha and I am the facilitator of the Android Study Jam and an Android developer at DSC BIT Sindri. DSC BIT is a student community at BIT Sindri. We collaborate throughout the year to organize such events. So if you are interested in such sessions, you can have a eye on our social medias. I'm saying that some of you are joining, so we will wait for around 1 minute and then we will start the session. Mm. We want the session to be really interactive, so we will try to keep it as interactive as much as possible. So whenever you got any doubt or you are stuck anywhere, you can comment it in the live chat. I will be taking a look at that. So I think most of us have joined already. So we can start our session. Over the past decades, smartphones have revolutionized our world. The smartphones users are always increasing at a high rate. And during this COVID 19, when everything has become online, the smartphone users have increased even more. Due to its low cost, many of the people are using the smartphones for their Android for their online works, and not just smartphones. Now the televisions, watches, all of them are coming with Android as their operating system, and so the demand of the Android developer is always going to increase. Smartphone provides us the effective and efficient way to reach the user. You can engage the user. For example, with the help of the notification, you can send them the notification, but of their interest only. Otherwise, he is just going to uninstall their application. There are various companies which has become popular because of their Android app only. For let's say example, we all have heard about जोमेटो जोमेटो का नाम सुनते ही हम लोग सबके दिमाग में एंड्रॉयड इंटरफेस आता है उसका कि कैसे वो हमें सजेस्ट करता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ व्हाट वी हैव ऑर्डर्ड। वो हमारा फोन का जीपीएस को यूज करता है टू डिटेक्ट आवर लोकेशन। And in the same manner, our smartphones have many small devices like microphones, cameras, GPS. Some of the advanced Android systems are also having the feature of gyroscope. So you can use this all in your Android development and make the life of the people even more easier. So the motive of telling all this is the Android development. The need of the Android developer is always going to increase. Earlier, it was not easy task to start Android development because the Android Studio have lots of bugs. It takes a lots of time to start to build the app. But now it has become much more smoother. It takes very less time to build your app and to learn the Android development. Hmm. Here we are present with the Android study jams. Android study jams are the community organized study group for the people to do hands-on learning with the Android development. And make you all know that this is found by the Google. Android Basics is a series of sessions focused especially on learning how to build Android apps without prior experience. And you will get the course provided by the Google uh, in this Android study jam session. You can learn most up-to-date stuffs and make sure that you are learning the right thing. As this program is run by Google, on successfully completing it, you will be certified by the Google. And at the end, after learning all this, we will be creating an Android app solving the real world problem. We will be organizing this as an open source in which everyone of you who are learning, they can contribute, and this project will be submitted to the Google. And if it is selected, Google can promote our Android app also. And one more thing, the- whoever the top three contributors will be certified, and will be given some goodies from our side, GDSC BIT. And at the end, we will be uploading that app on the Google Play. So you can add this in your resume, and you can say that you have contributed in an Android app that is currently on the launched on the Play Store. It will be really a good thing. So moving next, we will start from very basics. We will you does not require any prerequisites. You can just you need is that you should have the dedication to learn. And this Android Study Jam will be a whole of 1 month program, and it has already started from 29th November, and it will be till 10th Jan, and you will be learning all the basics of the Android in the Kotlin language. So just take a look on what will be the topics that we will be learning throughout this 1 month session. At first, we will be introducing you with the Kotlin, and then we will create our first Android app. After that, we will learn how to build a basic layout, and then we will use the different views. We will make an interactive UI. We will create the button uh, to take the input from you will we will take the user input. We will display a scrollable list. We will see how we can navigate from one screen to another, and we will introduce you to the navigation component. We will also get a more advanced topic of architecture component and coroutines, one of the uh, best use of the Kotlin. We will be learning about it, and we will be displaying data from the internet. And at last, we will be learning about the advanced database in your local system, that is Room, SQL. We will be learning how can we implement it correctly. So you all must be wondering that why Kotlin? Android development can be done in Java language also. So why Kotlin? Kotlin is the preferred language for the Android development. The reason is that it, it is basically built for Android only. It reduces the code and time that is required to create an app. And whatever future technologies are coming, they all are coming on in the Kotlin. All are coming based on the Kotlin. Like who, if anyone is doing Android already, they must be knowing of Jetpack Compose. This is a new technology that in which you do not require a XML. You can create the user interface, whatever the user sees on the screen, directly from the Kotlin. It will create a revolution, but unfortunately this is not available in the Java for using it. you have to use only Kotlin. You have to create the Android app in the Kotlin only. There are many companies who have shifted their code base, who have shifted their app from the Java to Kotlin, like Flipkart, Swiggy. Recently, Flipkart has said that compared to Java, they have to write 30% less code in Kotlin, and it's easy to maintain. This requires a less time, and they had said that they had to spend 20% less time on stabilizing after adopting Kotlin. One of the main, you can say, demerit of the Java is that it sometimes gives a null pointer exception, and because of which it crashes in the lifetime. You are using the app. If you have not defined it correctly, then your app will crash at the lifetime. You have to restart your app, and whenever you will open that activity, uh, your app will crash. So Kotlin provide here the null safety for, let's say, you have created any string. I will be telling this in the further session only, in this session only. Hmm. And this is the data presented by the Google, that on Play Store, top 1,000 apps, 70% of them are Kotlin, and top 60% professional Android developers uses Kotlin. So, and it's even going to increase much more in the future. So why to study in Java? Kotlin is the new future. So we all should be learning this in Kotlin only. And finally, uh, we will be this will be our learning objective of the today's session. We will we have already told you about the Android Study Jam. We will introduce you to the course that is provided by the Android Study Jam. We will learn the basics of the Kotlin programming language. We will set up Android Studio in our computer, and we'll discover resources from where we can continue learning the Android development. So, so here is the link. This is the link from where you can. This is provided by the Android Study Jam, and in on this link, you will be shown units. See, I will show you on going to the link. You will you will come here, and in the whole course you will have all total 6 units. 6 units are there, and in the each units there are some pathways. See, in the unit 1, you are having actually 4 pathways. Mm, See that you are you will have units, and in each unit you will have pathways. A pathway consists of videos and some code labs and texts through which you can learn the Android. And at the end of, see here, I will show you the pathway. Actually, we will be doing this first and second pathway in this session only. See here, it is the first two are video, which will be introductory video, and then this is the code lab. We'll be doing this in this session only. And at the end, you will have a quiz, and on successfully completing the quiz, you will be awarded a badge in your Google developer profile. So mm, I have already said to you all guys that you should have a Google developer account to start with this. If you don't have one, you can create one Google developer account. Rishabh, if you can share this link in the comment section. Hmm. And what's the need of the developer profile? Why we need that? The all the badges that we will be getting after successfully giving the quizzes, that will be showcased here, and you can add this in your resume that this is a Google developer profile, and where you have this amount of badges, and this shows that you have a basic understanding of the Kotlin. basic understanding of the Kotlin, Android, and in this whole one process, you will collect up to 16 badges, and these all are by Google. Rishabh, you can share the link, and please share the link of this slide, this also. So I will wait for a minute so that if anyone have uh, not anyone don't have the developer profile, they can create it right now. As we will be doing the pathway in this meanwhile only. So first of all, we will be learning the Kotlin, and first we will introduce you to the Kotlin, and then we will tell you about the variables that are available in the Kotlin, and conditional statements, loops, functions, classes, and array. I request everyone to open the Kotlin playground. Rishabh, please share the link. I will be looking at your chat section. If you have any doubt, you can ask it right now. Rishabh, please share the link. Actually, I want to know how many of you have any prior knowledge of any other language. You can reply in the comment. If anyone having a prior knowledge of the any other language, they can share this. Meanwhile, everyone can open the Kotlin playground. Yeah. So let's just start the Kotlin. Here it is the main function. Whatever we will write in this main, only that code will be executed. We will be taking a look of what is function. Here, this is a run button from where you can run your code or you can compile your code, and your output will be shown here. For example, here the inside the main method, it is written print hello world. So when we will run this, we will print hello world. Print is used to print anything on the console. For example, let's say we write print hello. When we will run this, it will print there. See, but both of these are printing in the same line. So how can we print this in two different lines? We can use println to if we require to change the line. See, now both of them are printed in the different lines. Whatever we write in this main function, only that part will be executed. Make sure that. Next, uh, we all required to explain our code to someone else, and for that we use the comment. And for using the comment, we can use the slash two times, and after that we will write anything that will not be executed, that will not be compiled. This is only for the uh, help purpose, that will help the other programmer to know your code. One second. Hmm. You can, for example, let's say uh, if you want to print use multi-line comments, then you can use slash and after then star, and whatever you will write after that, this will be a multi-line comment, and you can close this by a star and slash. This is a multi-line comment. Now let's move to on variables that are used in the Kotlin. In Kotlin, basically there are two types of variables. In Kotlin, there are basically two types of variable. First is immutable variable. And the second one is mutable variable. Don't be confused by its name. Actually, they are very easy. Immutable variable is the variable which cannot be changed. Once we have assigned this, we cannot change the immutable variable. And to represent any variable as immutable, we use val. And mutable variable is one which can change. Uh, we can reassign it, and it is represented by var. See, uh, we have integer in the Kotlin to store. Let's say we are storing the price. Uh, we can define here the type after the column, which is integer. Let's say we provide any integer value. We have the integer to store integer value. To store any decimal value, we are having a decimal number. Let's say we are creating a balance, and we can define it as a type of double. Double is used to store the decimal value. Double is equal to, this is a double. To store any text, we can use the string. Let's say string. Hmm. Hmm. And another main type of variable that we will be using in Android is Boolean. So we can define is BOOLEAN, Boolean. Let's say it can only have two types of value, that is either true or false. Let's say we want to print this. Print price of, uh, we can print the any variable from the print statement. Like if you want to print here the price of pen drive. A pen drive is a name. We can print the name. Mm, is price. What it will print. It is going to print. Say it will print the price of pen drive is 500. It has taken the value of the name. Name is a variable, and it has taken the name of the variable as name is a string. It has taken its value as pen drive, and it has printed here. And the price is 500, so it has taken the value of the price, which is an integer, and printed here. I have printed this with using a for print statement. If anyone can print it using a single print statement, you can answer, guys. In the chat section, you can answer. If we can print it using a single print statement. Okay, I will join you. Now, is it okay? Hmm. If anyone can answer, how can we print this line this using a single print statement? Okay, no one. We can use it by using the sign. See, this is a dollar sign, and after that, whatever we will write, it will treat it as a variable. Let's say here we are using name. It will treat name as a variable. Whatever we write after the dollar sign, it will treat it as a variable. And here, this will print the price of name that we have printed is, and again we have to print a variable. Then we will use the dollar sign and we will print price. On running this, it has printed the price of pen drive is 500. We can use the dollar sign to print to whatever will be written after dollar sign. This will treat it as a variable. So let's say we have bought this that pen drive. Then our balance will definitely decrease, and our new balance will be balance is equal to balance minus price. Our balance will decrease. So next time when we will print this in ln, balance is balance. So what will be the output? Anyone? I'm seeing at your seeing in the chat section. If anyone could answer. Hmm. Actually, this will give us error. See, what is the error? That val cannot be reassigned. I told you that val is used for immutable variable, and immutable variable once assigned, it cannot be changed. Balance is a immutable variable, as it is defined with val. We cannot change it. So if we have to change it, we have to make it mutable. If we use var, then you will see that our program will work. See, the price of the pen drive is 500, and now it has printed the balance is 550.5. It has changed the value of the balance. Earlier it was 1050.5, and it has changed reduced it 500 from that. So moving next to the conditional statements. I will clear this. Conditional statements are used to add logic in your code. For let's say, mm, yeah, add balance is equal to, let's say, this is 550, and we can apply the condition that if balance is greater than equal to 100, and we will write in the after that we will after the if you will put the condition here in this parenthesis, and this parenthesis should have have a boolean value. For example, here we are checking that balance is greater than 100. We are checking this, and this will return either true or false. So condition should have a boolean. So we can say that mm, print you can go out, mm, or else is used when the condition gets wrong. Here the value is 550, which is definitely greater than 100. So the if part will be executed, and if this condition would not be true, there it will return false, and it will come inside the else block. Hmm. There we can print, hmm, you need more money. Let's say. So what should it should print? Your balance is 500, and on the condition we are checking it with 100. What it will print? It will print the if part. You can go out. So let's say if we change the value of the balance, now it's the condition is not going to be true, not going to return true. It will return false as balance is not greater than equal to 100. And now the else part will be executed, and it will print your see you need more money. See, this is the if and else are required to make the condition, that if this condition is satisfied, then we will perform this set of tasks, and if not, then we will perform this set of tasks. Let's say you are hmm, rolling a dice, 5. Let's say you are rolling a dice, and in the dice, what could be the possibilities? That it can be 1, it can show 1, 2, 3, or till 6. It can show anything. So if we will do that using if statement, we will write if number is double equal to 1, then we will perform this set of things. And we can use else if num is double equal to 2, we can perform the another set of things. So you can see that we have to write a lot of if and else blocks. So instead of writing that, we can use the when in Kotlin. Actually, it is also present in the Java with the name of the switch. We can apply the when on the number, that when num hmm, when num is 1, we can perform this set of things. You can write here. For example, let's say we are printing this. Uh, the output is 1. We will do this for all the 6 numbers. So let's say we change it to 2. For 2, it will print 2. For 3, 4, 5, and 6. We don't have to write if and else block again and again. We can simply put the condition in the when block. 3, 4, 5, 6. We have if we would be using if and else, it would go. It will take a long number of lines to execute this. Now the number is 5, so when it will come inside the statement, and it will see that when 5, then it will perform this task. See, it will perform the output is 5. When we change its value, see this, it will perform the next set of statements, which is true for this. So this one. Now we will learn about loops. So why we need loops? A loop is used to execute a set of code multiple number of times. For example, let's say you have to print all the numbers from the 1 to 100. You can't, you will not use the print statement again and again 100 times. It, it's the only with waste of time. You can use the loops, the concept of loop. You will write one code and that code will be executed again and again till the condition reaches. There are two types of loop. The first one is for loop, and you can write for I in, let's say, 1 to 10. 1 dot dot 10. This signifies the range with 1 and 10. Both are included. Both will be included in the I. You can whatever you want, you can write inside this. Let's say we want to print I. Print I. It will print the I. Let's say we also want to check that if that number is odd or even. What we can do? We will apply the if and else conditions. If, and for checking the number is even or odd, we will be using modulo operator. This percentage, it is by the percentage symbol. It is known as modulo, and it gives us the remainder. It will gives us the remainder when I is divided by 2, and a number will be even if on dividing by 2 it will give us the remainder 0. So if the I will be modulo 2 is equal to 0, then we know that I is a odd even number. We will print, see, we will print even, or else means that on dividing with 2 it will not have the remainder 0, means it will have remainder 1. Then it will that will be the case of the odd. At that it will print the odd. See this. So when we will execute this, first of all I will be 1, and this set of code will be executed for I is equal to 1, and after that the value of the I will increase. It will increase till 10 and continue and will execute this set of codes for all the numbers. Let's say. Hmm. Yeah. For I is equal to 1, it has printed odd. For I is equal to 2, it has printed even. For I is equal to 3, it has again printed odd. For I is equal to 4, even. See this? It has executed from 1 to 10. 1 and 10 will both be included, and this is the range from where we want to move. And this can only be in increasing order. We can't write 10 dot dot 1. The next set of the next type of loop is a while loop. Let's say where I is equal to 1, we have defined. In while loop, we will be doing that with the while loop also. While I is less than equal to 10. This will be the condition. Now this will be executed for the while loop. Here is the example with the print. First of all, it will print the I, and at the next time it will check for if I is even or odd. When we will run this, we will get the same output. Yes. You can respond in the chat. Actually, this will go in an infinite loop. Here, the value of the I is 1. We have assigned the value of 1, I. We have assigned the value of I as 1. And we have checked it for the condition that I is less than equal to 10. If the I is even, then it is printed this. And else, if it is odd, it has printed this. But it has never modified the value of the I. So the value of the I will be 1 After executing this set of statements, it will again go back to the conditions in the while loop, and it will print the check this condition, and I will be 1 after that also. So each time I will be 1, and 1 is always less than equal to 10. So this loop will go on as an infinite loop. So at the end we have to change the value of the I. Let's say I plus plus. Here I plus plus means we are increasing the value of the I with 1. So when we will print this, we will get this same output. See, for 1 odd, for 2 even, and till 10. Now we will be learning about the functions, and functions will be very much required in the concept of the Android development. While we will be when we will be doing that in the Android Studio. See, from the starting only we are using one function. That is the main function. We used to define a function with the keyword fun. Actually, we can define another function also. Let's say we want to multiply two numbers. We can write fun multiply 2, and a function can accept a parameters. Let's say we are passing two parameters to it, a and b. So first one we are passing a parameter as integer, and we are passing another parameter which will also be integer. There you can in this function you have the access to the two functions, that a and b. You can call that functions from, let's say, where c is equal to 4 and where d is equal to 5. We can if we want to multiply c and d, we can use our function that we have made currently, that is multiply 2. So we can call that function multiply 2, and this accepts the two parameter, means it's need two integer values. We have not here mentioned any integer. Kotlin is smart enough to detect it as an integer or string or boolean. It will detect it automatically and will change its value accordingly. We have just used the where so that the value of c and d can be changed. We can call it with c and d, that we want to multiply c and d, but this will not do anything as we have not done what the function will do. So function should give a value that is the multiplication of c and d. Here the a and b, this value of the c will be copied to the a, and the value of d will be the copied to b. So we will make a new, let's say, multiply m is equal to a into b, and we can return the value of the m. uh, and for the returning purpose, we should have it should be defined what we are returning here. We are returning here integer multiplication with integer is an integer only. So we will mention here that int, we are returning an integer value. Here these are called the parameters, and they are written in the parenthesis. We are accepting the two parameters, a first one which is an integer, and the second one is also an integer, b. We have created a variable m, and we have multiplied both of them and returned an integer value, and whatever we are returning we have to mention it there. So we can store whatever this will return. This function will return integer, and we can store the example for, let's say, mply. This is a variable, and in this we are storing the value which is will be multiplication of both two. That will this function will be returning, and what it will be returning, it will be the multiplication of c and d. So when we will print this, print ly, it should print 20. See, it had printed the multiplication of the both. Hmm. So next about classes. It is the most important topic that that will be used at each and every mm, each and that will be used all the time in the Android. Classes are like the blueprint, and it does not acquire any space. Just it defines that it the property. We can create the instance of that. For let's say we are creating a class house. Hmm. And this class house, we are defining its property. Let what house should have? Should have a room, where room, what it will have, door. Hmm. And now we can uh, this both room and where will not take any size. We can create the object of this. We can initiate this where, let's say, first house h1 will be house. Let's say hmm, h1, we have assigned the value of h1. H1 dot room is equal to 4. We can assign the use the value of the door also in h1. H1 dot door is equal to, let's say, 5. This is an object. It will store it will accumulate in a space, but this is a class. We can create as much as instance like that from this. For example, let's say create another instance. H2 is equal to house. These two, H1 and H2, will be different from that. They will not be related. You can access the value of the rooms from both H1 and H2. Let's say we assign it to 6, and H2 dot room is equal to H2 dot door equal to, let's say, 10. These both values are completely different from that. We can print, we can see that after print. Actually, we should define a function. Let's say, and this function will be accessible with all the objects that we have created of this class. Here h1 and h2 both will have the access to this function, and function is defined with the keyword fun. Let's say name of the function display. It is not accepting any parameter, so to curly parenthesis, and after that inside the curly bracket we will, let's say, use, we are printing the statement println the house is having, and to print any variable we use a sign. It, mm, these rooms and these doors. We can call the this display function from uh, both the object like h1 and h2. Let's say call from h1 dot display. What it will print? We have created h1. We have assigned the value of h1 to uh, we have assigned the value of room to 4 for h1, and we have assigned the value of door to 5. When we will run this, see, hmm, it has given error that property must be initiated or abstract. So why this happened? This is where the Java fails. I have told you about the null pointer exception in the Java. In Java, this code should have compiled, it should have run. Uh, And while we were using the room, at that time the program would have crashed. But Kotlin has identified it before only that we have defined here room, but we have not assigned anything to room. It is a null. So actually we can assign the null value also. Let's say we are defining integer, and after that we can write question mark equals to null. After adding this question mark, you can give this a null value, and now it becomes your responsibility to take care of that null pointer exception. See, now we are currently using it as a null. See here. What is it? It has printed the house is having 4 rooms and 5 doors. The value of room is 4 for H1 and value of room is 4 for H2. What if we will call it with H2? It should print with values assigned with the H2. H2 have assigned with the H2 has assigned its room value as 6 and door value as 10. So it will use this value. You can display both of them also. See here. They both will be completely independent from them. Whatever we make the changes in the values of the H1, that will not be reflected in the values of the H2. So we will be using actually different types of class in the Kotlin while doing the Android development. So lastly, we will learn about the arrays. Hmm. What is the arrays used for? Arrays used to store the data, store different types of data under a single name. Under different types of data we can store in a single name. Let's say we are defining where games is equal to, and we will use list of to make a array, to make a list of the whatever we write inside the parenthesis. List of, let's say we are adding cricket. Let's say we are adding hockey. And after that we are adding football. So arrays are always stored in the contiguous memory fashion, and we can access the each of these elements of the array. The first, the element will be accessed with a 0, and after this element will be accessed with a 1, and this element will be accessed with a 2. Let's say we are printing this print games 0. We'll put the index inside the square bracket. Print games 1, games 0. It should print cricket. See, actually if we have lots of things in the lots of variables in the games, then we cannot go to every index and print that. We will use the concept of loops that we have studied. For I is equal to 0, it should print 1. For I is equal to 1, it should print 2 games 1. We will apply this concept only. And for writing, instead of writing all those, you can directly use for, let's say, I in games. We will just print I. I. The value of the I will be assigned. At first, the value of cricket will be assigned to I, and then the value of hockey will be assigned to I. When we will print this, see, it will print all these three: cricket, hockey, and football. Hmm. Mm, Actually, we can also add different types of variables in this array. This functionality is not provided in most of the language. And Kotlin, you can just make the array of different types of variables. Let's say we are keeping the value of the integer also in this, that 45, 67, and after that we will print, it will be executed. See, we can keep the value of not only this is a string, this is a string, all these three are a string, and these both are integer. We can keep them inside a single name. I will be looking at your comments. If anyone is having any doubt. Hmm. 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 If we want to change the value of the, let's say, what will be the index of the 45? It will be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The fourth index will be 45. Let's print games 4. What it will print? It will print the 45. See, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Fourth one is 67. Third one is 45. Uh, let's say we want to change the value of the game. 67 to 70. Games 4 is equal to 70. If it should work, anyone? Actually, it will show us error. See, by default, the list of it creates an immutable list which cannot be reassigned or which cannot be changed. We can if you have to change the value, we can create a mutable list of then its value can change. See, we have changed the value of 70, well, change of fourth value to 70, and after that when we have printed, it have printed 70 here. The value is changed. So that was the basics of the that was the basics of the Kotlin, and we all will be working with these concepts only in the with the Kotlin in the throughout the Android, our Android development. Rishabh, you can please share this link in the group so that everyone can open this. See here, we can open that. Actually, I have already opened this. Here it is, the coming with basics of Android. Android basics in Kotlin. All total, there are 6 units which you have to complete in a month till 10th January if you want to be certified with the Google. In which each pathway you will you will have all total you are having the 16 pathways. You will and at the end of each pathway you will be getting a badge. Let's say we are going to the pathway 1. The first pathway is a video which you can see. I request if everyone to open this website so that you can do this together. So that you will get the experience of how easy it is to complete this. See, you are told about the basics of the. You are told about the basics. You can study that. Here they have told you about the Kotlin playground, which we have already studied. They have told us about the how the println function work. This will print hello world. We have studied this. They have added fun keyword is used for functions. They printed a multiple print statement, and each of them are having the ln, so it will print after changing the line. See there, it has printed this. Here it has given the error. Why? You should always write in the inverted comma. If you will not write in inverted comma, it will treat it as a variable. And here we can see that no variable with name chance is provided here, created here. So it will give us an error that unresolved reference chance. It does not belong to any variable. See the solution code summary. It's the first one is very easy actually. It's a see done. The first one is very easy actually, I think. Hmm. He- Uh, After that, you will you will you can take a look on the next code lab. There also the first one is introduction, and after that they have taught you the println statement that how to print this. Actually, they are creating a birthday cake here. Hmm. We can do this by println statement. But what if here let's say one, two, three, four, five. Here five candles are printed. What say if you have to modify that cake? The candle should represent the age of the person, and all that. After that, two extra equal to will be printed on both sides. If you will have to do such like that, then you can't use the only print ln. We have to use the loops, concept of loops and functions. So I suggest everyone should go on through this code lab. See here it has done val age is equal to 5, and we have and it has printed this with the 5 candles. How can you achieve this? This whole program, it has been taught. Yeah, how you are using that functions and mm, loops to print this. We have already learned about this basics, so you will not face any problem in understanding this. It's the very basic that hmm, by using the concept of loops and loops and functions, this has been done. You should have a look on that. This is a solution code. See there, they have created a function, and they have to use a loop. Repeat. Repeat is also a loop type of loop. Just like for is there, while is there. You can also use the repeat. It will print that number of times whatever we have passed that in the parenthesis. Hmm. See, first pathway is very easy. Actually, I think at the end you can take the quiz, and actually, if you want, we can do this right now. If anyone wants that, comment, reply in the chat. Mm. So try it by reading this. In this session, we have learned all the basics of the Kotlin, and after that, we will be in the our next session. We will install the Android Studio, and we will take a look on each and every topics. Uh, we will learn the Android Studio. We will create our first Android app, Actually, the time is running out. I have thought that I will do that today only, but I think the time is has run out. Hmm. We will. An emulator is used to. It's just like an Android device on your system. We can use this to test your Android applications, but I will prefer that you should use a real device. Mm. We will design the user interface. Whatever the user is seeing on the screen, that we call it as a user interface. And in the next session only, we will be designing some cool user interface. So whatever you have learned, you can share that to the uh, hashtag Android Studies Jams and hashtag Google Developer Student Club. So stay tuned for next session. Actually, whoever are interested in the sessions, they can join the WhatsApp group. Yes, sir. You can please provide the WhatsApp group link to everyone. So, and the details of the next session will be shared in the WhatsApp group only. We will be creating a rolling dice app, but we will use buttons. We will create a view in the next session. So, thank you, everyone. If anyone is having any doubt, if anyone is having your any doubt, you can ask in the chat section. Actually, Ranveer Singh has asked what if you can explain this by if and else. What you want to be explained by if and else. So I think no one has doubt. So you can join the WhatsApp group for the next session. So stay tuned. Thank you and have a nice week.